Hey people, this is me, G0blin TV, and I wanted to show you some Rise and Shine gameplay. It's a new game that came out, I don't know when. A German TV show called Game 2 referenced this game and made a short preview about it, and I thought it was pretty interesting because I grew up in a Super Nintendo area and this game seems pretty Probotector-like, Probotector 2. I don't know if you know this game for the Super Nintendo. And since it's a pretty hard game, I heard it has a lot of references to older games. I thought it would be the perfect game for me, since I'm pretty big nostalgica, or pretty nostalgic about older games, and yeah, and I like challenging games. So I think this will be the perfect opportunity to make a new game. I already played a bit of gameplay already, and I made the first stage or something, but this will mostly be a blind playthrough, so bear with me if I play like a complete idiot or seem like a complete noob. So let's get started. And one short thing, while the story progresses, I will shut up mostly so you guys can enjoy the story too, like I will do. Yeah, like I said during cutscenes, I think I want to shut up because you guys pretty much should enjoy this game like me, and I hate it when other streamers do that, like talk all the time. And so I'm just gonna shut up most of the time while story is playing. So what are we doing here? You have to go away from the city. This guy is an alien invader, by the way, so there's this first references I just noticed. Oh, was this a Flappy Bird? Holy cow. This game is super dramatic. The bullet icon, you can't see it because my cam is in the way, but on the right corner there's a bullet icon every time this game loads, so.
In case of war, keep calm and don't panic. Don't miss the power-up sale on second floor. Please, do
Oh,
not leave
game
your
already started. Holy shit, I have to take cover. Like I said before, I already played through the tutorial, so that's why I knew I had to get through cover, get undercover there.
Okay.
Holy cow. This guy looks like Link from the Zelda series, by the way. And he's even called Legendary Warrior, so I think this is a reference to the Zelda games.
Please, do not leave your zombie friends unattended.
No more respawns for me.
In case of war, keep calm and don't panic. Don't miss the power-up sale on second floor. Please, do not leave your zombie friends unattended.
So this gun seems to have his own personality, like the boat in the Wind Waker. I don't know if you played the Zelda series, but there was a boat and or your ship which you used to travel through the whole land, let's say, had an own personality, like it lived. So this guy seems to be alive as well. So apparently I'm just a normal kid, and with the gun I become like this hero of every video game ever. Chest keys. Oh, look at the background. There's chest keys, IEP shop, harbor to check. I bet if I would have a bit more knowledge that I would know what this means, but this is definitely a reference as well. No legendary word, but it would try to make it work now. I have to escape me to the king. And if I see something you can use, just try it to get this in 2 steps, okay? So, I have to shoot for this thing. Is this some anime guy? Or this one? I don't know. By the way, I want to ask you guys, do you prefer linear stories like this one where your hero has a already set name, or I don't know, do you like it when in, I don't know, Skyrim, or not Skyrim fashion, but any other RPG, you're just this, like, I don't know, random guy and you can give him your own name. In this game we already have our name called Rise, and you can make it basically your own adventure, or do you like linear stories and just play through it? Maybe you can answer this question in the comments, because I personally prefer linear stories where, I don't know, the story is already set and I can, there's this like already pre-written character and I have to dive into his world rather than imagine myself in this world. So yeah. Nowadays everything has to be open world and everyone, I don't know, wants to have his own adventure, but I think there are not enough games, or not, let's say not enough. I think there are, a game can be also good with a linear story if the linear story is written well. Now even laser sight. So now we have this like, I don't know, laser pointer at our gun, and I think it helps us aiming. So I don't know if I go like this, or just wave my gun around like this, I have to aim it freely, but with the laser pointer it shows sort of, I don't know, I can demonstrate it here. To get undercover right here. But with my laser pointer, like, I don't know if you notice this, you can't notice this, but if you play it you would notice, is that your guns get stuck on enemies, so you have to easier time aiming. By the way, in Rise and Shine, even though you have unlimited ammo, you have to have this like reload feature, which you can do by pressing R. Yeah, you have unlimited ammo, but you have to reload, which kind of makes you vulnerable. So you shouldn't just like waste your bullets by just blindly shooting everything inside. Rather, you should be precisely and shoot very, like, don't be too generous with your ammunition. Oh shit, I got hit. Ah! Also, in this game, literally everything kills you. Like, I don't know, 2 hits from those balls and I'm dead. But luckily I can shoot against them. That's cool, or that's a cool feature that you kind of can shoot. Oh, there was a bomb. Shoot the ammunition of the enemies so you can stay safe. See that? There, what almost happened when I reloaded. Yeah, I almost got killed because I had to reload. Okay, they found the RC add-on. With this we can control the bullets after shoot in a set range. Come with any brochure second. I was saying no. Yeah, okay. This is the manual for the new weapon. Like I said, I played through the first level already. Every time you get a new weapon, the game explains you how to use it, and I personally think that's a cool feature because hard games in general, there's a difference between hard games and unfair games. Like hard games are just like, or unfair games are like, you go into some random level and you have to, I don't know, figure out everything by yourself, and sometimes there are enemies who like come up with the most retarded weaknesses that you have to figure out yourself, and it's kind of impossible and very frustrating to do. That's a hard game, but that's an unfair game. But a hard game, which is good, will just like give you everything you need, every information you need, and it's up to you to like execute it. This guy looks like Mega Man, by the way. I don't know if it's a reference to him, but could be. Okay, let's switch to our normal album again. In the upper right corner right here, you can see which weapon is selected. If we have like this on, we have our RC gun, like this. But if we have this, then we have our standard revolver shine. Wait, here's some tricky place. Ah, I knew. Let's just dash through that. I already played through this section. You just have to shoot the rope with your new weapon. By the way, these radio signals, I don't know what are these, but these radio signals make the length of your second weapon longer. So normally if I leave this zone, my weapon just drops off like this. Oh, that wasn't intentional. Yeah, my weapon, let me show you. If you like, yeah, if you shoot the second weapon just like out of those circles, then it just drops, and those radios emit signals so your second weapon flies longer. Let's go to the first weapon again. And by the way, if I would have jumped straight under without lifting the car on this guy, I would have died because he would have shot me. Oh, let's get to the treasure real quick. An extra bullet. So now if I reload, I have 11 shots, so I can spam more ammunition. It's nice. This guy is super hard. I don't know. I have to get cover, and while he reloads, I have to shoot his head off. Oh, that was surprisingly quick. When I did this the first time, I got wrecked by him like 10 times or something before I figured out what to do. Here are rolling barrels. You can double jump over them. Pretty easy. This guy is here again. Take our second weapon. Use the radio signals. Oh, he blocked. Yeah, if you're wondering, like I said, this is my second playthrough through this level, and the first time I played it I got wrecked like 2 times or something. This game is pretty hard, or this game is like good old Super Nintendo fashion when you had like try and error system. You know, you try the game, you fail, and then you recognize what you did wrong, and then you have to do it again to figure out what to do. If you wondering why games back then were so hard in the Super Nintendo era, it was because back then games were very short because of the capacity of the cartridges that the Super Nintendo system had, and so the developers couldn't make the game very long, so they had to make it hard. Like they had to make a short game very hard. Say it has only like half an hour or 2 hours of content if you would have like just rushed through everything. So they had to make the game harder, so you had to play multiple times through it to like complete it, because then you would like spend 10 to 20 hours on a normally 2-hour game. Because other than if games weren't like hard back then, like I don't know if you remember the Lion King for the Super Nintendo. Games would be like very expensive and with a just short gameplay time, so they had to make it hard so the gameplay time is longer. Nowadays, where games like, I don't know, have more capacity for big stories and other things to enjoy, you games get shorter, I would say. Games get easier because you can enjoy them without being super hard. I have to use my second weapon to load this thing up while simultaneously dodging this guy. Can I shoot this thing faster? What the hell? What hit me? I'm wondering, why can I shoot this second weapon faster? Ah, this is like remote controlled again, and then I can press the second time so it gets faster. Okay, now I get it. Let's focus on dodging so we can load this thing up. The explosion radius on this thing is huge. Luckily, the game gives you wait, if I had the second, I had this like add-on selected where my bullets get like this control function. If I select select the normal weapon again, then I can shoot faster again. Okay, now I get the game mechanics. So pressing Q changes my weapon to like control weapon. Like I can control the bullet or not, and pressing E makes it so I have either the electric ammunition for robots or my normal ammunition. So I would say Q is for changing the gun and E is for changing the ammunition. This scene, by the way, has a lot of game references. I don't know if you can recognize it, but for example, on the right, there's like, it seems to be Pac-Man, the Pac-Man ghost. There are, who are they? Aren't these guys from the Portal universe? Like these two robots. And on the left we have, under the cover, I don't know if I can recognize everyone. Sonic on the left, under the blanket. It seems like this, with this blanket, and, or more like this. Some giant worm. I don't know if I can find every references on this picture. There's a video on YouTube where every reference is explained, but I don't know, I enjoy this game for every references it is made. Every reference. Master Wizard. This guy looks, I don't know. When the legendary warrior is Link, I think this guy is like from the the first old guy you meet in the Zelda universe, where he says like it's dangerous to go alone. I think it's this one. Ultimate weapon. Take the mega badass with you. I say it right now. I'm 100% sure this guy will betray us or something. I mean, look at this. He's like, I don't know. Looks like a enemy villain, to be honest. So 100% this guy won't be just our friendly companion and betray us or something. I don't know. That's just my guess. I hope I don't click every picture too fast, because I'm quite a fast reader sometimes, and I hope you guys can read what is being said. Otherwise, just pause the video or something. This is Snake from the Metal Gear Solid universe, by the way. The guy holding a package. Yeah, I already noticed there's so many references in this video game. I enjoy it heavily when games do that. In general, like referencing to other video games or cameo experiences. I think it lightens the mood up in every game.